Hello and welcome back. I'd like to explore paragraph 226.6 of the judgment for the case 3SA991, in which the judge states that I have not been able to identify a respect in which the defendant lied about the claimants, and yet we explored this at length during the trial. For instance, here is a conversation he had with someone he did not know, wherein he tells them that we have malice at heart. He wrote a comment on Alicia Hamburg's blog in which he states that a rage ensued, emails sent that somehow suggested I had some obligation to them to post whatever they wished on my site. After trying to communicate with them rationally, the rage got worse. What we wrote at the time shows no rage. Not knowing that Mrs. Bing had already fed him horrendous lies about us, as I explored in video 11, quoting lies, we tried to explain to him what was happening to us, even telling him it would be kind of him to let us comment. No, not whatever we wanted, but facts relevant to his article. There was no rage. He said in court that he was exaggerating. No, Dr. Lewis. When you exaggerate, you take something that is already there and you blow it out of proportion. When there was no rage and you say that it gets worse, you're lying. In his article about us, he states that we appear to be very angry with anyone on the web who is critical of Steiner schools who do not make their story the center of the discussion. There is no evidence for this whatsoever. What we were doing was defending ourselves against the lies being spread about us, lies which I've explored in video 3, covert involvement, 10, the consistent thread, and 11, quoting lies. We have never been angry with anyone who doesn't make our story the center of discussion. He liked that lie so much, however, that he's repeated it to others, like to Richie Thompson, Sarah Passmore, and Stephen Law, members of the BHA, saying that, by ignoring them and refusing to write about them and make their story the center of my Steiner School articles, I am allegedly defaming them and putting children at risk. We have never demanded that he makes our story the center of his articles. How is that not a lie? He tells another contradicting lie further down that very same email. Her demands for me to give her money to go away against a threat of a defamation case have failed. That implies blackmail on our part, which is not only a lie, but how would this work if we were also demanding that he make our story the center of his articles? It doesn't add up. But those members of the BHA don't question that non sequitur and believe everything they're being told. He's also implied that Angel is mentally unstable. I advised both of them not to engage, but Sid was but she's so polite. Hard to tell someone straight up that it is the politeness of the psychopath. Or this email to Kylie Sturgis. They appear not to be able to function unless they can see themselves as victim of censorship or hate attacks. When you consider the covert harassment campaign I've highlighted in video 10, the consistent thread, and the mental health smearing exposed in video 6, mental health smears, isn't pretending that those actions aren't real in order to get people to dismiss us a lie? And there's another email, which we never got to see, but we know it exists due to Mrs. Bing's own disclosure, wherein she states that Dr. Lewis knows most of the big hitters, so he has put out a warning. Who are those big hitters? Top British journalists. And what did he say in that warning? We have no idea. There is a court order forcing him to reveal that email, but he has never done so. So it must be safe to assume that since Dr. Lewis preferred to go against the court order rather than reveal it, it must be much worse than what he chose to disclose. This also begs the question, what other communications has he sent which contains further lie about us, but which have remained undisclosed? And yet, despite all of this, the judge concluded he didn't lie about us. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.